G'day, this is Chrissy here, the artist from Xrissart. Thanks for joining me, and today I'm going to talk to you about pastel ready surface for paper. Just a couple of reasons why you might be wanting to prepare a surface for pastels. Probably thinking, well, you can go out and buy paper and I can not worry about something like that. But what happens if you wanted to prepare a project where it's larger than the paper that you can actually buy? Now that's a reason why. That's one, it's customizing your surface. Two, cost effective. Sometimes it's a lot cheaper to prepare your paper for your pastels, and I'm going to show you in that demonstration shortly. And two, and another reason, if you've got a canvas, you can, and you love doing all of this textured stuff for those mixed media people out there, you can be, you can prepare on metal, you can prepare on paper, you can prepare on canvas. So you've got endless possibilities, and you're only limited to your own imagination. So let me show you just a little bit about the products that I've been using and see how we go. Now I've got 3 grounds here which I'd like to start off with, and this is what I've had experience with here. The first one is Schmincke. This is it's a primer for pastels and it's made in Germany. My next one is Golden, acrylic ground for pastels, made in the USA. And last but not least, I have Art Spectrum here, Coulourfix primer, made in Australia. This is a clear one, and I know that these guys make them with quite a few colours. Just before we go into it a little bit further, I just wanted to let you know that all of these can be diluted in water, can be used on canvas, paper, metal or wood. They are archival and UV resistant, which is very important, and can be tinted or used plain. Now I'm going to show you out of the bottle and tinted today, and I'm using Schmincke's finest acrylic ink with the Schmincke one. For Golden, I'm using Golden Highflow acrylic ink, Quinacridone nickel azo gold, and for the Art Spectrum one, I'm using Liquitex ink. So it can be tinted with acrylics and acrylic inks. So here we go. Okay, the art supplies that I'm using today: Hotpress Arches 300 GSM, mixing area, some water to rinse my brushes, some extra water if I wanted to dilute my ground, and a synthetic old brush. This is a small area, so that's why I'm using a smaller brush, but if you've got a larger area, obviously a bigger brush or one of those sponge brushes, and probably would use a sponge brush so you don't get any brush marks. But here we go. First up, Schmincke. Oh, look at that. Looks like yogurt. And I might just put just a little bit of water. See how we go. Now the directions say on here, 20% to 40% water. I would say, 1 part water, 2 parts ground. It depends on the consistency, and it depends on the surface that you're priming, all sorts of things. But it's always good to try things out. So let's try this. Clear. Now, I'm not quite sure if you can see this. Just some nice thin coats. And what you would do is you would allow that to dry, and then you would probably go the other way. And then let that dry. I would be applying maybe about 3 coats, 2 or 3 coats. So there is that one. Now we're going to tint it with this ink. Now you can use any kind of ink. You could even use acrylic, like we said before. So I'm using this one. And there's a little eyedropper here. Very rich in colour, isn't it? So this would be great for an underpainting when you're preparing your surface. You can mix it. Okay, here we go. Let that dry. Some even coats. And there you go with that one. Wow, doesn't that look good? Okay, so we'll set that one aside. Our next one is golden. Here we go. It's got like a grey consistency there. Might need a okay. And I might just put just a little bit of water. See if we can mix it. Mix it well. Okay, here we go. When I'm painting it on, there's like a very fine gritty feel, only slight though. So again, we're going to leave this to dry, then apply another coat. Just for the purposes of this video, I'm just showing you how it's applied, but you would wait. And again, another nice even coat. So I would say about 2 to 3 layers. Okay, let's tint it. This is the Golden Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. Oop. It's nice and vibrant, this colour. Okay. So you can see the brush strokes here. So if you had a foam brush although you might like the brush strokes. You leave that to dry. You leave that to dry again, that layer, and again. There we go. So that's golden. Next. It's a bit messy, isn't it? Okay, and last but not least, Art Spectrum's Coulourfix primer. And that's got a similar consistency to the Schmincke. Let's see. Yeah. Nice. Art Spectrum have got a range of colours. Worthwhile looking in their website to see all their range. Now you can put this, apply it with a damp brush, and you don't need to add water because it's quite a nice consistency there. So again, you would be using a bigger brush perhaps. So we allow that to dry, and then we go over again with another coat. Leave that to dry, and over again with another layer. Okay, I wish that you could see what it looks like. This is actually starting to dry, and it's more on a cool white. Can you feel, can you hear? A sandy feel. And that one is, oh, not dry yet. Naughty. Okay, I'm impatient, always impatient. Okay. Lovely rich blue there. That's the Liquitex Cerulean blue. And you can make this as dark or light as you want, as I said. Okay. And again, I would be putting just fine layers. And again, you wait for that to dry. Another layer. Going the other way. And again, wait for that to dry. And that's it. So what we're going to do is leave that to dry, and then we'll come back and we'll have a go with our pastels. Okay, very quickly, my surface here is dry. I've got some pan pastels here and some soft pastels. Let's just quickly have a go and see how it all turned out. The clear Schmincke, looking good. And the primed part, excellent. Laying down very well. What we'll do now is we'll try a bit of soft pastels on the clear. And the primed part. Very good. Beautiful. So next up, we've got Art Spectrum here on the clear. Pretty good. Now on the primed surface. Very good. With the soft pastels. Yep. Yep. And last but not least here, golden on the clear. Very good. And on the primed, it's pan pastel, the soft pastels, and that's great. So hopefully I've been able to help out a little bit, or maybe just let you know some of the things that I've been playing around with. I would love you to, if you liked this video and you wanted to continue seeing some of my videos that come up, please subscribe, like, share, and all of that stuff. And until the next time, bye for now.